Right, this is kind of an answer to just one comment, which might be coming from America, but Destronia123. I've seen a couple of decent comments from Destronia, and I had to do a bit of a not harsh reply to one, and I believe that Destronia deserves better. So the comment here is strong in what sense? This is, strong leadership. Question mark, a draconian style dictatorship that upholds any edicts with an iron fist, comma, or just a fiscally responsible one that more actively fights against corruption. Now this is very tricky because I have to kind of decide, am I talking to an American here? Because it makes a great deal of difference. Bites lip. Right. Draconian style dictatorship. Let's all just say, no, that's not what we're talking about. But let's not forget that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Or just a fiscally responsible one is the next thing. Fiscally responsible. Now again, unless you've understood the money videos and a couple of other things, as in I think it would be important to understand MMT and to be able to construct a reasonable argument for MMT and to be able to construct a reasonable argument against MMT. I don't think the general public have got much of a clue. Any clue at all, much of a clue, haven't got much of a clue what fiscally responsible actually means. It's to, I think, 99% of people, fiscally responsible means something to do with running deficits. And do not understand the accounting of deficits. How about that, to make it nice and simple? Everyone can understand it's something to do with running deficits or not, but almost nobody understands what the accounting is for running deficits or not. Now, do I want my dictator to understand the accounting? It's irrelevant. All I'm saying here is the commenters, that anybody that talk about fiscal responsibility but don't understand the accounting of fiscal responsibility. What I'm saying now is if they're American, I'm just not going to talk to them because the Americans are just not reasonable enough to listen. They understand something in their own mind and think that it is the honourable position never to change your mind about that position that you hold. It's not worth talking to them because they will hold that position come what may. So if they have some idea of what they think about is fiscally responsible, that is where they are and that is where they'll stay. Not worth talking to them. Generally. And of course, they're just normal people, so they're not like normal people anywhere in the world. They're not going to learn about the accounting of fiscal deficits. Or one that more actively fights against corruption. Again, if we're talking about America, it'll be an American talking about America, because they won't have been to another country, let alone understood how corrupt a country can actually be. I understand American corruption because I've watched 4 out of the 5 episodes of The Wire. Here's the thing. If a strong, that's what we were going for, if a leader is strong enough to actively fight against corruption, he is one hell of a dude. And almost without exception. In fact, I would find it almost incredible if somebody with that much power was not themselves then corrupted by that power. What I'm saying is, if you've got a leader that is strong enough to fight corruption, you've got a problem on your hands. And that problem is the leader that is strong enough to fight corruption. Corruption should, I don't like shoulds, but let's go with a should be fought against by the local society in which the corruption is acting out. Fighting corruption from a big leader at the top is demanding trouble. Still thinking about Americans. See, now my mind's confused. You know, if you're talking to Americans, you're wasting your time. But okay, Destriona, I think, is American and has made some good comments I've seen, so I'll go on. Who's the stronger leader? Trump or Obama? And I'll just leave it kind of there. Strong leaders, let's just say I'd be keeping quite an eye on them. Strong leader in, it's just no. Strong leader in modern day and age, now. It's not what we've had, our era of strong leaders. This is now the new era of democratic government, and going back to the old era of strong leaders would almost definitely be a terrible mistake. I'll leave it there.